Good evening. Well, welcome to today's session on the NGIGO virtual lecture series. In our previous lecture, we used Excel to try and then develop what we call Table 1, or the table of introduction, or table that actually speaks about the background of the individuals or respondents that we have taken data from. So we're going to repeat that same thing. But this time around, we're not going to use Excel throughout, but we'll try and then use SPSS to do that, so that we'll see how it could also be done in SPSS as easy as possible. So this is the data that we used. This was the data that we actually worked on. So for us to be able to use the SPSS in doing that analysis, it means that we need to code this data into what we call numerical codes. Then we will then take it into SPSS and then we use it. So by way of coding, we can simply just do a find and replace and then put the codes in there. So quickly you go along with me and then we do that. Then after that we take it into SPSS and then do the analysis that we did last time. Right. So you go to find and replace. That is the binoculars that is here. So we go to find and then go to replace. So we're doing it for the first one. So wherever we see pepperell, okay, so I'm just copying it and pasting it. We'll place it with 1. So let's hurriedly do that. We'll place it wherever we see, for the status, wherever we see pregnant women. No cutting. Copy. So wherever we see pregnant women, we're going to put what? 2. Yeah, so that should be 2. Hello. So when we do that, we finish with the classification of this one. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Then we come to this one. For this one, because of the way it is, there are ways that we could do it. We did a classification yesterday when we were using the number filter. So we could do the same number filtering and then put the numbers there. So what we could do, one way of doing it is just come here and then just insert. So they are copied cells, right? Okay, so what I want to do is to just go and then just cut the function out. Take the function out, okay? So we come to this side, and then what we want to do is that we want to insert another cell. Then we come to this side, and then now we filter. So we'll filter this one from here. So quickly, the first one was what? When we're using the number filter, you come to this side. The first one was what? Less than 20. So we put less than 20. So if you do that, it's going to show only the ones with 20. So for the less than 20, we will put a parallel number against them as 1. And then quickly what? Scroll it to cover that particular side. Hello? Yeah. Then we go on to the next one. So on the next one, which was what? Greater than or equal to 20, but less than 30. Yeah. So we come to this place, but less than, we choose the less than on the button, but less than what? 30. So
basically count.
Yeah, I realize that my number this thing was off. I'll put it on. But less than 30, we just click on OK. So that is the numbers that are showing. So we'll put 2 for that. Hello? Yeah, so we scroll again all the way down to cover just that particular part of the data. So we are coding it. We can just do find and replace, or we can do the sorting. Any of them that we could do will work. Now the next one will be greater than 30, greater than or equal to 30, but less than 40. Okay, but less than what? 40. So if we do that, that also give us, so we place that place with 3. And then we hold down here, we scroll. and then we replace the whole of that column with what? With 3, exactly at the end of it. Okay. What is the next classification, please?
More than 40.
That is greater than 40, greater than or equal to 40. Okay, so that is 40. So all the rest, and we have only one there. That is 4. Oh, sorry. That should be 4. So we put 4 here. Good. So once we've done that, we can go back and release the filter easily. We can just go back to this side and then just release the filter. Okay. Good. So that is that for the distance. There's one that is missing, but I think that is 3, right? Hello? Yeah, that's 3. Okay. So now this one becomes our new Q2 that has been coded. Okay. So we take this one out now and leave only the code there.
So it means that at this level, we are not working with the original sheet.
No, we've copied that. That is the working sheet. The original sheet is here. So we're bringing the rule that you don't work on your original sheet. Good. So let's come to the marital status part. Let's do find and replace. That will be better in this case. So wherever we see singles, we want to replace it with what? 1. So wherever we see single, we want to replace it with 1. Oh. So is that the only single around? Okay. Wherever we see married, we want to replace it with what? 2. I hope somebody is keeping those ones down for me. Yeah. Want to replace it with 2. And then where we have cohabited, we're replacing it with what? With 3. Good. So that does it for that session. Now we come to this side. So when we are in this side, we'll do the same thing that we did with the other side. Again, the distance filter, some copy filter is on, so I just clear that. Then I come to insert. Okay, since this is a continuous variable, we use the filter to do that. So we come to filter, we select filter for it to be filtered, then we come to this side, and I think it's the same categorization we did, right? Less than 20. So less than 20. So these guys, we put them 1 there. Then we go to the next one. That should be greater than or equal to 20, but less than 30. So we'll put this one there. That should be 2. So we scroll down to cover the whole of that area. Then we'll move on to the next one. Then that should be greater than or equal to 30 and less than 40. Less than 40, that'll be 3, right? Good. So I will put a 3 in there. Scroll all the way down. We'll move into the next one. That should be greater than or equal to 40. So that should be what? 4. Yeah, so if we do that, we now go and release the filter. Just clear every filter or something. Yeah, so now that becomes what? The new Q4 includes. So we can easily take this one out. Good. So we come to education. We will do find and replace for that one. So for those with none, we will place them with 1. It doesn't mean that everything you have to start with 1. You can replace it with any number. So we choose to replace it with 1. Then basic will be 2. Basic will be 2. It also doesn't need to follow. You can make your basic 4, 5, any way you want it. 22, 200 is up to you. Then the secondary becomes 3. So the secondary becomes 3. And then the last but not the least, the tertiary. The tertiary becomes what? 4. Becomes 4. Yesterday we talked at length about some of these classifications and what you should do and what you should not do. So we come to religion. Again, we'll take this one, the Christianity one, and then we'll make it what? 1. Okay, then we go for the next one. Which one was that? There is Muslim, yeah. Then Muslim becomes what? 2. Muslim becomes 2. Then the next one, do we have any other classification? Others, okay. Others becomes what? 3. The others become 3. Do we have any other classification among these groups? They were the only 3 groups we had. Okay. But then, because we're not selecting all the sheets, something has happened here. It has gone to this side also. Okay. Don't worry. None. Yeah, those are none. So here when you come here, none means what? 1. Then formal becomes 2. Okay, informal becomes 2. Okay. And then the formal becomes what? Becomes 3. So the formal becomes what? 3. So when we do this, it means that we'll be able to transform the data into what? Into codes. Yeah. I think this side we replaced the empty places. We left it there. Okay, we left the empty places there. Right. Okay, so now we can click on save to save this one. Go for IBM. Okay, SPSS. Go for IBM SPSS. Open the new sheet on IBM SPSS. So whilst the IBM does this, what we are saying is that as for the software or the preferred software that you use, it's your own decision. They will all give you the same results as we will see as we go along. They all give you the same results. So we just have opened 2 of them instead of 1. So let me just good. So here we're going to pick the data straight. So we go to File, we go to Open, and then we go to what? Data. Okay. Then when we come to the data was put in what? In our research console. It's in Excel. So we go to, it's in the desktop. We go to the desktop. You go to this side, and it's in new analysis, new analysis. Down on the left, good. New analysis. So when we get here, we change the format from the down here to what? Excel. Now it's appeared. We come to this side, and then we open. One of the things that we didn't do is that we didn't label that sheet that this thing is on. Okay, so that is sheet 2. If you don't label it, that means you have to keep it in your head. So that is in sheet 2. The data we want to pick is in sheet 2. Okay, so now we pick sheet 2. That is where we want to pick our distance. Okay, so if you do that, you realize all the distance have been loaded. The data has been loaded into your SPSS, all the data we added on it. So we now go to the variable view here, and then go and put the values for it. So we come to value for the status. We know that 1, we use 1 for what? Temporal. What? Yeah. So wherever we see 1, it is pepora. Wherever we see 2, it is what? Pregnant. So that does it for the status. We'll move on to the next one. That is what? Question 2. And what was there? Age. Okay, so 1 was what? Less than. The 1 was what? Less than 20. And then 2, that was 20 to 29, I think. 20 to what? 29. And then the next one, that was the free. Yeah, that is free. Free was 30 to 39. And then the 4 was 40 and above. Okay, so greater than 40. Greater than or equal to 40. So we'll do this something like this. Equal to 40. When we go to where we want to present the data, we'll polish them up. So. Okay, then the next one is what? Question 3. Marital status. So we have 1 for what? Single. Singles like Raj. 2 for married like Res. Then 3 for cohabit like Adam. Adam, where is she? Okay, then the 4 is what? 4 is what? Educational status. So 1 was none, right? Or no education. 2 was basic. And 3 was secondary. And then 4 was tertiary. Good. The following question is also the same, right?
No, I don't think we did for partners education.
Okay. Then the following question is what?
Yes, we did.
We did 2.
Yes.
We did 2. Take your time. Let's go back to the questionnaire because I think we may be doing something wrong. So this is the questionnaire we used yesterday. So question 1, question 2 is age, question 3 is what? Marital status, question 4 is partner's age. Hello. So question 4 is partner's age. So this one, cut it and bring it down here. Okay, let me just copy it and bring it down here. Then go to this side, copy this age, and then bring it to here. Good. Okay, so let's go to question 5 is what? Let's look at question 5. Question 5 is educational status, which we have done. So question 6 is partner's educational status. So we just copy the same thing and put it here. Then question 7 becomes religion. So for religion, we have 1 was for what? Christian. 2, I remember, was Muslim. And then 3 was others, right? Others, that's okay. Then let's go to question 8. So question 8 was what? Partners relation.
I think when we were doing it, we omitted that one on the Excel sheet.
No, let's be careful with that.
So take the Excel sheet.
There is question 8. And if you can see the table we generated yesterday, they were all there. Partners age, respondents what? Educational background, partners educational background.
I think today this is right.
Yeah, but the question 1 to 8, that is what they are. The double distance are. This is the question we use. So 1 to 8, that is what I have. So we can omit the ones we didn't add also. Right. So according to the questionnaire, like we have an question 8. Question 8 is what? Partners relation. Then 9 and 10 are what? Employment status, partners employment status, and then status. Yeah. So let's go back to our SPSS. So this one becomes relation, partners relation. So we just copy the same thing from here and put it here. But let's be careful. Let's add tradition because we don't know that there was nobody like that, right? Okay. So we just copy this one and then put it here. And then this one becomes what? Employment. And then 1 was what? None. That's unemployed. And then 2 was informal. 2 was what? Informal. And then 3 was formal, the white color job. And then informal are the blue color jobs.
And then none are the green card.
So we copy the same thing and put it here. Yeah. So now that we've done this, if you come to this side and you click on this one, you realize that the table changes to respond to the individual distance that we have given it. Good. So we can easily now do the analysis that we were doing. Our interest was just to do what? Frequencies and then proportions. So when you do something like this, better you save. So you click on save, and wherever you want to save, you save it. So let's give it a name of demo or demography. Just click on save and save it. So now what we want to do is that we want just the frequency and then what? Proportion. So if you want frequency and proportion, you go to analyze. Then you go to descriptives. Then you go to what? Frequency. So you just click on frequency. So whichever this thing that you want to hide the frequency is here, you push it into the side. You can push all of them at once. The function keys just work like that. You can click here, hold, and come and put it at the down here and push it. Or you can just do it one after the other. So in order to waste time, since we want to do it for all of this, we just push it in here. And then that is it. Hello. You just want a frequency table. So you just check on this. We won't go to any of this side. We won't go here. Later on we will deal with those ones. So you just click on OK. And then straight away we have all the results. We have the percentages and then their listing. So like we did at first, you can copy this individually into your Excel sheet and then reformat them. Or you can just export them. So what we're going to do is to just export it into Excel sheet, like a results sheet, then we'll work on it. So you click on Excel. If it is the first time you are doing, you have to choose the type of file you want it to come out. But since we've done it before, that is what we want it to be in Excel. So we choose the location we want it to go. Okay, the location and the name. So this one, the file name, we want the file name to be just demo. Okay, we want the file name to be demo. And then we choose the location. We click here, browse, and then bring us to this side. You can click on this side and then choose wherever you want it to go. Since we are storing all our this thing in one, this thing research consult, we put it here. But this one is new analysis, so we'll put it here as demo. That is, just save it here, click on OK, and then once you finish the exports, when you go into demo, you realize that your results will be there as an Excel sheet. So you see, now we have a demo Excel sheet. So all that we need to do is to just come to this side now, and then come and then what? Format this table to the likes of what we're having what yesterday. So like I said, you can do all of this together at once without wasting time. So what we do is that first and foremost, I'll click on this side, and then the unmerged cells that have been merged, I'll unmerge them by clicking on this side. Then I'll take the parts that I don't want out. So all of these parts are summaries that I will not go into my results. So I'll just take it out quickly. And you see how I delete it. I click on the row numbers to delete them. Good. I will not need these cumulative percentages for anything. So I will take that one out. And do you remember yesterday, we have to come and count the denominators to see if they match before we'll be able to see which denominator we should use to divide at each particular group, because for some of them they were missing what variables. With SPSS, those particular percentages are taken care of for you. So you have two percentage, you have the percentage and you have the valid percentage. When you are here, you realize there is one missing in this system, but it will use still the 150 to do the percentages for this side. But when you come to this side, it takes that missing, one out and use the 149 to do the percentage. In this case, it is the valid percentage that you are interested in. Hello, right? So in this case, we can take this one out quickly, so that we are left with just the frequency and then the proportions. So what we need now is to just take the parts we don't want out. So we don't want this one. We'll take it out quickly. Okay. Then these ones, we may want to put the title as a header here. So we just cut this and put the title here quickly. So the next one is Q2. Q2, since we want to move fast, let's just put the question number here. Okay. Then we'll take all of these ones out. We'll take it all out. Then the next one will be what? Q3. So we cut Q3 and come and put it here. Then we don't want all of this, the the total at the bottom is repetitive, so we just take it out also. Okay, we just take that one out. Then we move on to the next one quickly. So that will be Q4. We just take Q4 and come and put it in here. Then we take all of these ones out that we don't need. You are not obliged to do it the way I'm doing it. You can just cut your thing or copy your thing anywhere and rearrange it the way you want it. But I think this is faster, so I'm doing it the way I do it. You can do it any way that you want. So all the way down to the total. I don't need that part, so I'll just take it out. I'll move on to the next stage. I'll take my Q6 for what is what and come and put it in here. Then I'll take all of this out up to the total, so that slowly I am building my table. I'll take the Q7 in here, that is for religion, of I think respondent's religion. The next one will be the religion for the partner. So I'll take the ones I don't need out. So when I take the question header, I bring it to the top of those questions. Okay, and then I delete all the way to the total because I don't need the totals. Good. I will need the total only ones at the top. So here too, I'll just take this one and then bring it here, and then take all of these ones out. So I'm left with one last delete, copy, and everything should be fine. Okay, for this 4 guys, I don't know which they were, but I think those were the guys that we made them informal, right? I think we made them formal or informal yesterday. They were all informal, yeah. So we should have added them to this one. Good. So let's just delete them for today because of time. Let's take it out. Good. So when you do this and then you delete the top here, that is the last thing we need to delete. When we do this, straight here, the column A is also not needed. So I'll just take that one too out. So straight away, I'm having my table. So I'll put here parameter. Okay, or if you like, I'll just take this one out, the total. I'll just take it out and then fix it in here. I'll paste those cells here. I wanted to paste them down here. Okay, so let's just cut them and paste them down here. Good. Okay, so now the top here, I'll put what? My parameter there. I might say in some discipline they don't like using the word parameter. Some use input and all other things that they want to do, questions and all those things. Then here will be frequency, and then that side will be what? Will be percentage. So I don't need these ones here. I just take them out. So this one I don't need valid, I need percentage. Hello. Yeah. So now after I've gotten this, I don't need this, so I'll take this one out. I'll just take the ones that I don't need out quickly. I'll take those things out quickly. In fact, I can even use find and replace to do that, to make it go faster. But I think with this, you can easily remove them. So I don't need them to be interrupting with my table. Now, after I've finished with this one, I want the table sizes to be the same, the cell sizes to be the same. Okay, as it is now, they are not. So this is what I'll do. Okay, I'll go to a cell that I think is okay, very normal cell, and then after I click on the cell like this, I go and look for the cell properties. Hello, are you there? So I go to the cell properties like this one. I come to the format here. Okay, so you realize that the row sizes are there. When you click on it, you see the row size. The row size is what? 15. So all that I will do is that I will copy it. Click on OK. So I'll just come and select all of this like this, all my tables like this. Go back to the format. Click on the row. Then I'll paste my 15 in there and click on OK. So I'm sure all the row sizes are now 15. Are you okay? Good. So now I click on that side again. I go to the format. Then now I click on the what? On the column width. So I click on the column width and I see this is the column width. So I'll just copy this column width because I want it to look like just like this one. So I'll just highlight all of this. Go back to the formats. Click on it. Okay, come to column width. And then I just paste that I copied inside there. So after I finish, all the column has been gathered like the way. Are you okay? Yeah. So I'll just copy it now like this. Yeah, when we go to Word, we will do that. So we just go to this side. We do the polishing of what? So the new table that we are bringing, we just take it down here. Okay. Then let me hold this side. All right. So it's gone. It has come here. Even though they are increasing tables, don't be worried. So I'll just click on this one like this. Then I'll come here. Take no border. Hello. All right. So Now we can do all the borders and things that we want, the palatinos and all the stuff. So if you want to do the layout like we did at this side, you come here, layout, and then you click on what? On the layout. You can see it's there. You can pick on this one. Hello. And then this one, you want it to be what? Align center right. Good. So you may want to change the fonts now. You see which one is simple?
This one, not analyze.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this one is very easy because the percentages have been done for you. Okay. So I think we should reduce a little because we added a few variables to them. So
Can we take the line spacing?
the line space, this one, it came with none. All right, so yeah. So now we just left with this one. Go to this side, choose the border, and then what do we do? 2 1/4, border top, border the bottom, click on OK. We go to this side, we go back to the border and shading, and then just apply it to the bottom this time around. So you realize that we have generated basically the same listing that we did yesterday. Just that now we have so many things in there. You can take them out if you want. So yesterday we have the total respondent status, marital status, age, 2 ages, and then 2 education. That was where we ended yesterday. Yeah, we added more to it. Yeah, the employment and the stuff we added to it. So we could take those things out if we want to, and then make the table just act the same way. Today we added religion and all that to it. Yeah. So in effect, this is what we mean when we say demographic variables. We have able to virtually done the same thing that we did with what you call the SL and in the SPSS. You realize that after you have transformed the data, it becomes very easy for you to build the table, the percentages and things. You don't need to sort them anymore, and then you just do that. Okay, so on that note, we want to bring this lecture into a close, where we've done the same table one, but with what? SPSS. Yeah, you want to do as a question?
SPSS, if you want to put something in the bracket, like the way we did on Canteen.
No, the outcome will have to come. It could be done after the results session. You could edit the results, all right, but you don't need to. Once the outcome, you take it to SL, then you can format it. You realize this one we exported it into SL and then we formatted it. So the same way, once you get the results in a table in SPSS, you can just export it to SL. Then you can put it into any form that you want.
SL, you can put in form.
Everything just like we did. Once it comes as an SL sheet, just like any SL sheet. All right. Thanks for coming. We end the class today and continue, God willing, tomorrow.